What is up, you guys? Namakana here, pretty new my perspective as to what entertainment is bringing us. And welcome to a new episode of Worthy or Not, where I talk about characters whether they are worthy of joining Super Smash Bros. And today, I will be talking about Shovel Knight, the main protagonist of the titular video game. Now, the video game came out in June 26, 2014, first for the 3DS, the Wii U, and Steam. This game was a monumental success for an for an indie game and for a kick and for a game that started on Kickstarter. This game was huge. Like it was everywhere. This this game did so many things for the indie scene, and it was praised for being a brilliant homage to for the bygone era of gaming, yet being fresh and innovative for the platforming genre. And it won many awards too. Like this game won the game awards for best indie game. Like this game was huge. And because of that, and because of that, I remember there were many people that wanted to see Shovel Knight as far back as Smash 4, as far as I know. But let's go to how Shovel Knight could work. So, how Shovel Knight could work in terms of moveset. So, Shovel Knight doesn't have. Shovel Knight does have a shovel. He can use that as a melee weapon, but he doesn't just use a shovel. He does have other he's capable of using other weapons. He is capable of using a wand. He has a big ass knuckle. He can use that to dash through his enemies. He also has a propeller dagger as a recovery option. And if he wants to, he could dig up the state he could dig up the stage just to find just to find any random artifacts he can use to attack his enemies. And as for the final smash, according to this concept, he could the final smash could be him and Shield Knight joining together to defeat whatever how many enemies there are where was in Shovel Knight's way. So basically similar to Ike's and Greninja's Final Smash. No, the big example is Cloud. Honestly, yeah. So basically something like that. So in terms of alternate costumes, have their costumes based on the other knights. Have one based on Shield Knight. Have one based on King Knight. Have one based on Spectre Knight. Yeah, and pretty much that. That's pretty. So in terms of stages, now I do know that the most obvious one is the Plains of Passage, since it's the first stage and it's like by far the most popular stage in the series. But if it were up to me, there is one stage that I would want to choose: the Pridemore Cape Castle. And honestly, this stage would look amazing in 3D. Like seriously, seeing the castle in being on that castle, yeah, along with that background would look amazing in 3D. Unfortunately, I would imagine this would be a moving stage, which I'm personally not a fan of. But if they could find a way to make it work and not be a moving stage, that would be fantastic. Now, now Shovel Knight did made an appearance in Smash before. He is an assist trophy in Smash Ultimate, which that is a really big deal. That's a huge deal for back in the day. I know I do recall some people were disappointed by this, but like I did not think the Smash team would acknowledge an indie character. I mean, they did acknowledge a bit trip in Smash 4, but there's no representation of bit trip in Ultimate as far as I know, which is disappointing. But still, the fact that Shovel Knight they the fact that they made an effort to make a full-fledged 3D model for Shovel Knight is astonishing. Like that's astonishing. Like that's huge for the indie scene. That is huge. And who knows? Maybe he could be a playable character in the next Smash game. Well, you never know. And so in terms of music, dude, there's so much. There, the music for Shovel Knight is so good. It is fantastic. It's fantastic. Like you have a strike, you have Strike the Earth, 10 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea. You have, and you also have other state. You have other music too, and you literally could put like and Steel Thy Shovel and the Spin Controller, the Destroyer, and the Betrayer, and an Underlying Problem. Literally, just put in the whole entire music, and I will not be complaining. I mean, it would be nice if they make some remixes, but like putting just the regular music would be okay with me because like seriously, it is fantastic. The music is fantastic. It is fantastic. It is if you want to make remixes, get Jake Kaufman involved. He needs to get involved. Like I know C418 didn't get involved in some of the Minecraft music, some of the Minecraft remixes for Smash, but like you literally need to get Jake Kaufman involved if you want to make some remixes for Shovel Knight's music. Like you, I mean like that's just me honestly. And if you want more moves, and if you think Shovel Knight being in a fighting game is foreign, look at this. Shovel Knight Showdown. This is an official game made by Yacht Club Games. It's a 2D it's a 2D platform fighter where you can play as King Knight, the Black Knight, the Spectre Knight, the Plague Knight, and Shovel Knight himself. So pretty much you can play as all the bosses that are in Shovel Knight. They are playable in Showdown. I I don't. I think I've only put like a couple minutes into this. It's fun. Although there's not that. Although I'm not sure if there's a competitive scene for this game. I don't think so. Not as far as I know. But let me know in the comments if there is a competitive scene for this game. There might be, but it's really small as far as I know. But anyways, should Shovel Knight be in Smash? I think he is worthy of joining Smash. Like he like he's like when the game came out, like people were praising it to the absolute fullest. And it sold very well for an indie game. It sold almost 3 million copies as of 2019. And it's still Shovel Knight is still getting new games. Like they've already made several games for this franchise, and as of right now, Yacht Club Games is they're as of right now, Yacht Club Games is making a new IP, but Shovel Knight is their claim to fame. So I would absolutely love to see Shovel Knight in Smash. That would be amazing to see for the indie community. I know people would say Shantae is the front runner because she's been there the longest. But honestly, if we're talking about high prestige and high reputation for the indie scene, Shovel Knight is high up there. I would also put Quote from Cave Story up there. No, if there's any indie character that has to be put in Smash, I think Quote from Cave Story needs to be first. Needs to be the top priority. But if they add in Shovel Knight before Quote, I would not be complaining. Like Shovel Knight is a fantastic game. But anyways, do you guys think Shovel Knight is worthy of joining Smash? Yes, no? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And if you want to, you can also follow me on Instagram, Backlog, and Letterboxd down in the description down below. This is Namicon. I'll see you all next time.